open like a window, no window. Look at the videos, see yourself that could be you.
Because they're like, Sanya On-Air. And everybody on the East Coast calls me Don. I'm like, what is Don?
My mom thought I was on Long Island, but I was at Howard Homecoming.
Ready?
Turn it up.
Let's go.
Welcome, everyone. You are now tuned into another amazing edition of Sanya On-Air. I'm your host, SanyaHudson. And how do I start off each and every single show? You don't feel like a pop quiz today? Okay, I'll give you an answer. I have another great show for you coming up in just a few short moments. Wait. A little teaser, because I need you to subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe to Sanya On-Air, which streams across just about every streaming platform. If you are confused about where you can find Sanya On-Air, just head on down to the description section of this episode. And there you have it. Sanya On-Air streams across YouTube, iHeartRadio, Pandora Music, Google Podcast, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Castbox, you name it, whatever streaming platform was created by mankind, Sanya On-Air is there. So make sure, like I said, you subscribe. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the little notification button. That way, every time I upload an all new Sanya On-Air celebrity interview, you'll be the first one to know. I'm also thinking about doing like special content for a few subscribers. I'm really thinking about that. So if you want me to do that, like I'm going to go live on my YouTube or live on my social media, just unpacking all of these shows, all of these celebrity events, just giving you some insider content. Also, let's say whenever I interview a celebrity, maybe after the conversation ends, I really tell you how I feel about the person. But you know what? For the most part, just about every single celebrity that I've interviewed on Sanya On-Air, I'm a fan. I don't bring on any guest on the show if I'm not a fan, because if I don't like it, I think the conversation will kind of resonate and you'll be able to tell. But this guest, I am so excited to have on the show. I have the super talented actress and producer, Novi Brown. Now, most of you may not know her by her government name, but you can catch her on Tyler Perry's hit series, Sistas. Now, if you haven't been watching Sistas, it's in about its 11th Juneteenth episode, and it explores the lives of African-American women as they navigate their relationships amongst women, and also their relationships with men. And when I tell you the storyline, it has so many ebbs and flows, so many ups and downs. This is why it has been renewed season after season after season, because fans like me, we're watching. So Novi is going to be here to unpack it all. But let me tell you why I am excited to have this conversation with Novi, because she's turned my world upside down, child. Totally upside down. Let me just tell you, for those of you who haven't been watching Sistas, now Novi Brown, she plays the character of Sabrina. And for a few of the seasons, she was falling in love with a guy who had sort of like feminine, gay attributes that society told us was gay and feminine attributes. But she's really just trying to figure out if he's just a man who just shows up a little bit differently, and if she's going to allow herself to be vulnerable enough to explore that love. Now, how many of you would date a man who also kisses other men? How many of you would date a man who doesn't mind a little anal sex? How many of you would date a man who wears a thong? How many of you would date a man who asks to borrow your perfume? Sabrina does, child. And this is why I am all the way confused, because I kept asking myself, am I superficial? Because my answer to all of those questions would be hell to the no, with exclamation marks after it. But I'm telling you, it really made me question, am I being superficial? Has society really taught us the wrong things about how men should show up, about how women should show up? So I'm really curious as to how Novi really jumped into her character of Sabrina, and she does it so well that we believe it, that we've been having major conversations about love and just being uncomfortable and being vulnerable and just trusting the process and leading with your heart and not your ego. So I'm wondering if Novi and Sabrina, if they're kind of similar in any way, because I believe that in order to really body a character, you have to kind of know that character. So Novi is going to be joining us in just a few short moments. But like I said, do me a favor and make sure that you subscribe to every Sanya On-Air streaming platform. And we'll be right back. Let's just take a few commercial breaks and I'll be right back with Sanya On-Air. When you think of grocery shopping, what comes to mind? Is it answering the dreaded question, what's for dinner? Or I wonder what Lizzo is eating with her fine self. With carts ranging from self-care Sunday to late night dates to Lizzo's own exclusive shoppable cart, you too can select Lizzo's favorite hand-picked treats and products. Boss up like Sanya On-Air and Lizzo and have it all delivered to your home in as fast as 1 hour via Instacart. Minimum purchase of $10 or more required. Offer valid until September 30th using the special Sanya On-Air link. Now let's get to Instacart shopping. Style is a way to say who you are without having to speak. And that's just why you need the super dope Sanya On-Air crew-neck sweatshirt. Always remember, that's not your enemy, that's your hater. Shop Sanya On-Air apparel today. Welcome back to Sanya On-Air, the #1 platform to unpack celebrity pivotal moments and their milestones. If you are a subscriber, that means that you have been following Sanya On-Air from its inception. And you know, I don't care about the gossip. Don't care about the gossip at all. Celebrity life, it really enamors me in such a way because I just want to know the tools to your success. How did you get there? What milestones did you have to overcome and navigate through? What nuances kind of chipped away at your armor? But then, you know, you just rose to the occasion. And we are here just looking at you and wanting to have conversation with you because we see you on television and film. We listen to your music. So this is the real goal of Sanya On-Air. So just like my commercial breaks said, make sure that you go out and purchase your Sanya On-Air apparel. If you kind of stepped away and went to the refrigerator during the commercial break, all you have to do is go to the description section of this episode and my website or the link to Sanya On-Air apparel will be right there. And also make sure that you go to my website, www.sanyaonair.net, just to find out who my celebrity interviews were from the past and the present and also upcoming. And what else? Oh, just like I told you at the show before this, I'm really bringing back helping brands market, promote, advertise their businesses. So I'm just securing and finalizing some packaging details. So hit me up. Email me at Sanya@sanyaonair.net if you are interested in a digital billboard. Guess what? Darling, you know how those commercials air in the movie theaters before the actual film that you paid all that money to see? You know those commercials? Got that too. And you know the digital billboards that's on top of the taxi cabs? Got that too. Got that too. So if you're interested in just, you know, increasing your brand's visibility, make sure that you email Sanya@sanyaonair.net. I know you keep seeing me move my braids all the way. Let me tell you something about box braids. I've been wearing box braids for about a year now. When I tell you, it's just everywhere. Always going like this. Box braid girl struggles. You know what? Let's start a conversation. How do you manage your box braids? I see so many women now just embracing braids. These are knotless box braids, by the way, and I've had them in for quite some time because I have an amazing stylist located in Harlem, New York. And when I tell you this lasts for months, child, I went on vacation during the summertime, and it's still here. It is still here serving. It's still here serving knotless box braids, African goddess, African queen. But you know what I want to do right now? I just watched this amazing Tyler Perry film. It's on Netflix, and I just want to tell you a little bit about it. So this is my entertainment review.
This is Sanya On-Air.
So Tyler Perry has a new film that is currently streaming on Netflix. This is different than anything that he's done before. You won't see Madea, child. Madea ain't cursing out nobody. Ain't nobody wearing a dress. Ain't nobody wearing, no Spanx. Don't nobody have a BBL. This is something different, fresh, and just energizing for content. It really is. This new film, this Tyler Perry film, is called Jasmine's Blues, and it explores the typical love of Taboo living in the South, 1930s in Georgia. I think Georgia's always been racist. I apologize to all the Georgians, but you all are just a breath away from the Confederate flag. Y'all still rocking that Confederate flag, okay? People just protested in the street, but back to the film. I digress. So what it's about is this woman who is passing as a white woman. She's passing as a clear white woman, but she really black, child. And she falls in love with a black man whose father, I think that's his, it's not his biological father. The mother remarried a new man, and the father just hates him. He wants the son to be a jazz player, but he's not a jazz player. He's just very quiet. He gets ridiculed by his biological brother, who also hates him. And it explores just the taboo love against the races. What is she? She's fluorescent beige. A fluorescent beige woman who falls in love with a black man. And you know how it ends. You know how it ends. Let me tell you something what a black man will do. A black man will move mountains. He don't care, train, plane, automobile. He gonna get to that fluorescent beige woman. Haven't we heard this story time and time again? Time and time again. But it's a great movie, though. It really is. It's so unlike Tyler Perry. And he said he wrote this screenplay 27 years ago. 27 years ago. Crazy that it is still relevant this day and age. I'm just tired of black people fighting for the love. I just want people to love who they love and not get lynched in the process. Did I give it away? But a black man cannot fall in love with a white woman who is fluorescent beige. That cannot happen. But Tyler Perry said that he held on to the script for Jasmine Blues for 27 years because he had already built in an audience with his Madea. And he was a little bit fearful that because people have known him for his Madea plays, that he would lose his audience if he came out with this period piece. I wonder if that's true. Yeah, it is. Because let me tell you something about you folks, you fans, you audiences. It's like the way someone presents themselves to you, you don't want them to evolve. You don't want to see a different side. Damn it, if a black person makes R&B music like K. Michelle and she's trying to switch over the country, she's a yodeling for years. And y'all are like a nodeling. No. But I'm telling you, you have to go watch this new Tyler Perry film. It's called Jasmine's Blues. It is currently streaming on Netflix. And when I tell you I watched it once, and I definitely need to watch it again. There was a little bit of casting. I was like, that ain't it, Tyler. That ain't it. Because the woman but now that I think about it, they might have casted it right, because maybe the fluorescent beige's mother, she looked like a whole total white woman. So maybe she had relations or got pregnant by a black man, and that's why she's fluorescent beige. I don't know, but you have to go watch this film. I'm going to watch it for the second time because I'm sure that there are some things that I missed. It is just absolutely amazing. I think this is something that this generation needs to see. I know that this generation is always talking about that they are tired of seeing, just slave movies, just about segregation. But they did it in such a way, especially for Tyler. It's different for Tyler. Yes, we've seen these type of stories before. We've read so many books about it. But I think what's so refreshing about it is it's because it's coming from Tyler Perry. So my hat goes off to you, Tyler Perry. Just keep on creating dope content, because I've been about done with Medea about 5 stockings ago, 10 wigs ago, 20. My name Medea's ago. I love you very much, Tyler Perry. But I'm so glad that you are just really unpacking the Black experience and just giving us a lot more. For a while, for me, it just seemed like a little bit of buffoonery. But you know what? I blame you, the audience. I really do, because it's like you want easy listening, easy viewing. And life ain't always that way. So, like I said, just make sure that you head on over to Netflix and watch Tyler Perry's new film, Jasmine's Blues. And child, a phone ringing. It's always happening. Hello. but away from that, I'm so glad that Novi is going to be joining me in just a few moments. When I tell you, I have been having conversations with Novi's publicist for about a year. This is what I tell you about the power of persistence and staying consistent in things. Just because someone tells you no the first time, you just keep on keeping on. And I think they told me no the first time, and I was like, okay, I kept trying. And my schedule just always conflicted with her filming schedule. But darling, we got it right this time. This new season of Sisters hasn't even premiered, and I was able to secure Novi before she started her media tour. So, like I said, we're going to be unpacking a lot, because she is a woman of color on television who really stands on her truth. And you can tell, just the natural hair, even down to her fashion. When she gets onto the red carpet, she gets it right. 2021 NAACP Awards, she was nominated as one of the best dressed. Fast forward to 2022, the BET Awards, and she was intentional with the African-inspired gown that she wore. It was covered in cowrie shells. I think they said it was over 20,000 cowrie shells. I love it when people, and this is why I created Sanya On-Air Apparel, I love it when people can enter into spaces and they don't have to talk, but their presence, their clothing, it creates a narrative and it talks for them. So this is what I love and respect about Novi. She doesn't have to say too much. Her aura, her energy, her clothing, it speaks for her. And we're going to unpack it all. Just like I told you, we're going to really be discussing how she just interrupted the needs versus the wants when it comes to Black women and dating, and just really unpacking society's lessons when it comes to male attributes. Is it heterosexual or homosexual for a man to wear a thong? Is it heterosexual or homosexual for a man to kiss another man? It's on the borderline. You know what? Let me just do this. Let's just have the conversation with Novi and we'll discuss it all.
This is Sanya On-Air.
Hi, Novi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm blessed. I see you're busy, booked and busy, just traveling. Look at you in the car.
Ma'am, I got a flight in the morning and there's just so many things to do. But I said I'm not missing this interview at all.
I appreciate you so much. So let's just jump right into it. I'm still kind of on a high. I just celebrated my 50th birthday.
Happy birthday. 50.
Yeah, child. I got the good black.
Yes, you do.
But if my research serves me correctly, you are approaching a birthday in November. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you are approaching your 40s. I know that you have a few more years to go, but I know that with every decade, it brings on a new sense of awareness. As you approach your 40s, what are you questioning about yourself?
Oh, that is a great question. Happy birthday, by the way. I hope it was amazing.
It's amazing.
What am I questioning? Where do I really want to be? One, not spiritually, because I feel as if I'm on that journey already. That's happening for me, but physically, But I feel like a lot of our time is spent. Okay, let me find right college. So we go to a college to a different state, but maybe we don't really like the state, or maybe we don't really like the city. We do a lot for our career, moving to a certain place just for our career. I moved to Los Angeles for my career, but I don't see myself living here for the rest of my life. So in my 40s, I really want to be happy physically where I'm at, like my home, my furniture. Now that sounds like real grown stuff, but that's what I'm looking forward to, like building a house and just having a space where I really, really feel at home. And I'm off that hustle mentality, survival.
Got it. And, I've also read somewhere, and I quote, where you said that you're ready to enter into the world that people created with your own paintbrush. Are you the type of individual who likes to paint outside of the box or inside of the lines?
Both. I think there's room for both.
Yeah.
And I think it depends on which situation that you're in. But I already know, just being a woman, I'm already automatically coloring out of the lines. Being a Black woman, that's doubly so. And then, of course, navigating it, I think just by trying to do that, we color inside the lines. So there needs to be a nice blend of both. And that's what makes it so creative, artistic, and unique.
Do you find it troubling to your soul when you have to navigate between the two, coloring inside of the lines and coloring outside? Because I know for me, it can be kind of troubling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially when it's like something racist or sexist. You're just sitting there, really? Like, we're still doing this? This is so boring. You know what I mean? So absolutely, when it comes to those things. And then I just try to always think about the bigger picture, and why this is a battle that universe, God, whatever you believe in, has put forth for us, and I really just try to adhere to that. But yeah, sometimes it gets super frustrating.
Yes, super, super frustrating. But, I want to jump into your character, Sabrina, on Tyler Perry's hit series, Sistas. I'm telling you, I've been tuned in since season 1 faithfully. I love the show. But let me tell you something about what an actor does, which I know is successful. When a character can really make you question your life, that's when you know that character has got it right. And let me tell you what you did. You questioned how I view masculinity. So my question for you is, as you were exploring and unpacking the character of Sabrina, what triggers did you learn about masculinity and made you question, is this right, or is
my gosh,
told me to be true?
That is still an ongoing conversation, because me and my partner talk about that all the time. Scientifically, there's only 10% difference between a man and a woman, right? And everybody knows that we are born as if the fetus is female. We all know that. However, there's some inherent differences, right? And so I think as women, especially Black women, we don't have the privilege of experiencing our men in a lot of different ways. We don't. Yeah. And so we don't understand the levels and the depths that a spirit can go to. But I'm so glad you said that, because I really feel as if that's exactly what it's about. It's about, and of course, I know people have their quote unquote limits and their preferences, as you should, and you can. It's your life, do what you want. However, you don't, especially when it comes to dating, you don't really know what you like until you're in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know, because you might have been conditioned to think, okay, this is the way that I think that I enjoy intimacy or sex or another person. But then come to find out, this other person just touches your soul in a different way. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think is so interesting. And I dated someone just like Calvin.
Really?
Surely did.
Wait, before you were the character Sabrina, Really?
Before I was Sabrina, because I was going through a time in my life where, you know, when you're younger, you date for very vain reasons. You date for aesthetics. Oh, he's 6 feet tall. He's this, he's that. This is why I should be dating him. He looks good on paper. That's the conversation we always have amongst our girlfriends. But that's not what love is about. Love is a soul thing. You know, that's why it's unexplainable. That's why, you know, you shouldn't have hatred for LGBTQ community, because that is unexplainable. It is literally two energies meeting each other, recognizing each other's souls, you know? And so when it comes to that, I remember I was like, okay, let me start dating outside of what I condition myself that I need to be dating. Let me open her up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me get stopped. So I started dating older men because I wasn't really into older men. I dated a guy who was like 50 something plus. You know, I started dating somebody who had a kid because that was not on my radar either. I dated someone who did something completely separate outside of my field. Now, profession wasn't that important to me, but it was something that I was just like, okay, let me get a completely different person, you know, whether they be in tech or in medical fields. And so I dated this guy, and he looked like a football player, y'all. Like, the body was bodying. It was giving all the packs.
Right.
Black, young. But when he spoke, there were energies there that I wasn't used to seeing in what I have been conditioned to think a heterosexual man should look and present like.
Right.
And we dated for a little bit, and it was cute. I liked him. And he was really sweet, and he was a really nice guy. However, there were moments where I said, well, damn, if we're together in public, are they gonna be like, that's your boyfriend? Or is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are they gonna say? So absolutely. And I don't have the answers. I now have none of the answers. All I'm saying is that I put myself in a position to be surprised. Right. And I was pleasantly surprised. I had a good time. I didn't have a bad taste in my mouth. And it just really opened me up. And I said, you know what? You need to stop being so small-minded when it comes to dating. You need to open it up. And I really hope that's what the Calvin Sabrina storyline is showing people.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more open-minded.
It did. It made me get on the phone and ask a guy, you know, would you kiss a guy on the lip? I really did ask this guy this question. And when I tell you, he is heterosexual, like the definition. You open up the dictionary and he like this smoking a Newport. Right. It was one of those. And he told me, yeah, I would, you know, give my male best friend a kiss on the cheek. And I said, really?
Yes.
That made us have this conversation about, okay, this is what I knew to be true, but life is showing me something different. I have to open myself. So thank you, Novi, for having me open up. You know,
that's exciting.
Really
and even just that's what art is supposed to do. Art is social commentary, and it's supposed to be a dialogue. It's supposed to be a conversation starter. That's why we display it. And I love playing somebody like Sabrina. She's in the place of, I don't know what I like right now. And that's completely okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why does every Black woman need to know what she wants, when she wants it? Right. I don't know what I want. I'm vulnerable. I'm open. Let God surprise me. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I always respect Anthony for playing the hell out of that role. You know what I mean? Yeah. I really think it takes a lot of courage to play a role of that nature where it is such a blurred line. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, Anthony was on my show a few months ago, and I was just so enamored. And even my audience, when they found out that he's married, you know, so they didn't even know that.
Yes.
So you two have done an amazing job of just convincing us and making us join in your superficial world, because we are believers. We really are. But you mentioned, you know, women, we have to be vulnerable. We have to be open to new things. And I know that being a successful woman like yourself, you also have to be courageous and fearless. And you have to put your ego to the side. What was the biggest sacrifice you made for acting and you regretted it?
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. So not for, I don't think, I didn't do it for acting. No, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I'm thinking, hold on. That's a good question. Do I regret anything? maybe I don't know right now. Maybe when I'm 60 or 70, I'll know.
Got it.
But I can really say for me personally, I've gotten to travel so much. I've gotten to do a lot of things. I got to go to my prom. You know, that's one thing that I'm grateful about not being a child actor, a successful child actor, is like, at least I got to do all those normal things. I went to college. I got my degree in theater, so I still accomplished all those things.
Right.
Maybe the number one thing would be not finding my community sooner. You know, the people that I've now, because I have friends that do a bunch of different things, which is really good. You need friends who are not all up in your field, you know, anyway. But I really wish I would have established some sort of community a little bit earlier in my life, because I find that I'm doing a lot of things alone, you know, and it can be really, really hard because you don't have a lot of people to lean on for certain pieces of advice, especially when it comes to business matters and taxes, or when it comes to making a film or stuff like that. So that's probably it. So go find your community as soon as you possibly can. Build those friendships because they're important.
Yes, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I didn't get that lesson until I believe when I started 40. And just really finding my village, my thought partners, because it is very lonely. But I also have to remind myself that eagles, you know, they don't soar with pigeons. So, you know, you up there, you know, elevating, and it will be lonely sometimes, but there's going to be another eagle that's going to fly by eventually. But when we talked about the sacrifice that you made for acting, I know that you're in a relationship. What's the biggest sacrifice that you've made for love?
Oh my God. Patience. Baby.
Oh yeah.
If anything, acting has given me the patience to deal with other people, because, you know, it's taken me so long to get here. And this is taking me 13, 14 years to get to this place right now. And a couple years on top of that, but patience, because all those no's, dealing with rejection, learning how to deal with that has taught me how to deal with rejection in relationships, because my partner just said to me, and this is why I love my partner so much, because it's honesty. I had said something. I said, "I'm sorry, boo, but I'm trying my best. You know, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third." And he's like, "Of course." He's like, "I love you. Sometimes your best won't be enough." And that's real. That is a real thing, because we're thinking that we're always going to be the best and do this and do that, and that's just not the truth. And that's also relevant in life. Sometimes I'm showing up right now. Of course, I wanted to do my interview in my house at peace, and maybe it's not my best, right? But hopefully this will be enough, little bit, somehow, some way. And so I really, that I had to be patient with not even him, but myself. I had to learn how to be patient with me. And that's what I love about having a relationship like that, because I'm not here to be performative. I'm not here to make you happy all the time. But sometimes, you know what? We're not satisfied. And we are taught that we could satisfy somebody else in a relationship. And that's just not the truth. That's just not how relationships work.
Right.
You know, it's about people coming whole themselves and then coming to meet the other person. So patience with myself, because I beat myself up a lot. Like, oh, you're not doing this. This is not professional enough. You're not working hard enough. Da, 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 da. And so he's always a reminder for me that it's okay. Like, at the end of the day, it's okay. If your best is not enough, I still love you. You are still worthy of being loved and being supported and being held. And so that's what I really enjoy about it. But patience is definitely the number one thing, because you be thinking things your way, they be thinking things their way. And, you know, because you guys get along all the time, you think that you're supposed to be on the same wavelength at all times, but that's also not true. Yeah. So it's just a lot of those little nuances, which I'm grateful that we both have the courage to show up to do.
Nice. But, you know, having the courage to stand up in your truth is so evident in the way that you carry yourself. And I know that it makes it easier as an actress working alongside Tyler Perry. But let's just assume that when you are offered a role where you have to, let's say, or lose weight or lighten your skin, how will you stand in your truth that way?
I'm not lightening my skin. That's number one.
Okay.
That's not happening. I'm gonna choose to believe that every character will find me exactly, and I will be perfect for that character at that moment. You know, I'm a thicker girl, and the whole time I'm like, I have to lose weight. I have to lose weight. I have to be skinny for TV. But then I end up on the show where we have all these different body types about what women could look like. And I remember somebody in my family saying, "Oh, you know, you're gonna diet and lose weight like for the next season." And I was like, "Why can't I just look the way I look right now? Right now."
Right.
And so that's what I hope each character comes for me. The wig thing is not my jam. But if I'm going to play an assassin or something and I get to throw the wig off and I got the cornrows underneath, yes, count me in. I'm doing all of that. But do I want to play characters? Yes. I want to take people away. You know, I want people to know and get to know me, Novi, as an individual and see like, oh, this is her style. This is how she moves. This is her company that she keeps, whatever, all those things. But when you see me transform into a character, you really see me transform. So, but there's certain things, losing weight and gaining weight, I don't have a big deal with that because I do that anyway.
Right, as a woman.
Either way, it's always getting done. So that I don't care. Lightening my skin, hell no. You ain't gonna catch me doing that. Slave movies, fuck out of here. You ain't gonna catch me doing those slave movies. I can't. Like it's just not. It's I can't. My spirit gets agitated when I think about it. And then but when it comes to hair and like playing around with hair, yes, because I'm a black woman. Right. That's what we do. You got braids today. I know next month you're gonna have another hairstyle. So yeah.
Tomorrow another hairstyle.
Exactly.
But you know, we love how, you know, the movies, well, the sisters that you've been in, the show, it really captures the essence of you being a strong Black woman. We've seen Sisters, we've seen other shows like Living Single and Girlfriends. How would you like to see Hollywood unpack another story from a woman? Like what story, woman's story do you feel hasn't been told?
The one where she has no child and no husband and she's just living her damn life. And not chasing a man and not chasing no man.
Okay.
Yes, I think there's two generations. There's the 30s to 45 that we don't really touch on. And then the elder generation. I would love to see more shows. You know, white women have shows. I know it's harder, but some white women have shows where they're older, 50, 60 years old. Where are ours? You know, where's our golden girls? Like, I want my golden girls moment for us.
Yes.
Two, I want to see all my elders in a sitcom together. So, yeah, I think there's so many more avenues for us to go down as Black women, but definitely narratives. It's hard to stay away from narratives around love. It's just really hard because that's what we humans love to do. We love to love. But I would just love to see that in between moment or, you know, girls' night out. Like, where's our super bad, right? Where's our rom-coms? Like, I want to see more Girls Trip. That was so funny. Like, I love that film. I want to see us Black women doing comedic things, but not being buffoons and not making fun of our, you know what I'm saying, and not being colorist. Like let's be smart, funny, intelligent, funny. Like show us different sides. So I want to see that, and then I would love to see more content between Africans and African Americans, the mashup of both worlds. And not one trying to be the other, but literally the mashup of both worlds and what that looks like. You know, like maybe it's a comedy, a romantic comedy about an African-American student going to Africa and being an exchange student there. And then what that looks like and how that world, you know, she falls in love with the African. That could be part of the storyline too, you know, or she makes friends in Africa and then later ends up working there. Or where's our Eat, Pray, Love, right? Like where's our I gotta go find my soul searching moment. Like I want all of those. So there's so many stories for us.
I know. I want to see those stories too, because I want to see me in those stories. Like I told you at the onset of this conversation, I just turned 50. And when I look at the media space and how content is being produced, I don't see me. And I just want to make sure that I'm seeing me because I'm seeing everything else. So I'm glad that you put that out there into the universe, because I know that it will manifest itself and someone will create it, if not you.
Hey, that's
But
what I'm
I want
talking
to just
about.
talk about Sabrina one more time. I know that you can't tell us, what to expect in this upcoming season, but I do want to know, will Sabrina lead with her heart or lead with her ego?
I don't think Sabrina has a very strong ego, to be honest. She's very self-sacrificing. And that's a narrative that a lot of us women hold on to. I hope that she strengthens her ego. I hope after this experience, her and Maurice got arrested this last season. So hopefully this will be a transformative experience for her and Maurice. It'll probably bring them closer in friendship, as, those kind of moments do as well. We'll be able to see her resilience, hopefully, through those moments. But I hope that at this point she starts listening to her intuition more, because she says the same things that Danny says. She says the same things.
Yes.
She just presents them a different
different.
way. That's why y'all think Sabrina and Danny be hanging out all the time.
Right.
She's just a soft version. Danny's the hard version. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So yeah, I really hope that she I hope this is a moment of strength for her, like building strength, as in trusting her own instincts.
Got it. And your upcoming work, you are in a thriller movie, correct?
Yes.
Talk about that, because we've seen you on Sisters in a different light. I want people to really understand that we are not a monolith, that you can just step in any role, because
she got range. I got range, baby. Listen, I am on my way to becoming one of your favorite actors. Like this is what I'm working towards. But yes, it's called Alone in the Dark. It's going to be on Tubi. Tubi is free, so go ahead and download it. It's a streaming service. It comes out October 7th. Woo! That's a Friday. And then Sisters comes out October 12th. I mean, like, we can just have a Novi week. Have a good time. Look at how God is moving. But I'm super excited because it's essential. This character, her name is Bree, which is funny.
My daughter's name is Bree.
The name keeps chasing me. Sabrina, Bree, like Sabrina, like it keeps chasing me. But her name is Bree. She's married. She's married. Her husband did some shady stuff with the funds, and now she's on house arrest. Woo! So it's giving. I did my own stunts, 90% of them. My stunt double is the same as Angela Bassett. So I'm like, yes, she's getting somewhere here in her career. So that's going to be really excited. I did it with Ninth House Films. Brant Daughtry, who was an actor on Pretty Little Liars, if you guys ever seen that. He's an actor on there. Him and his wife wrote it. And then they hired me to do it. I'm like, yes. So I'm going to be kicking some ass, y'all. I'm going to be falling into things. There's blood. Like, things are happening. And then I have another film that's out now. It's called Spider. Mm-hmm. And that's an indie film that took us 5 years to make. Wow. And it's basically Get Out before Get Out, but a female version. And it's the narrative of what is beauty, especially to a Black woman, because my character, Roshonda, she creates a love spell to change her into a white woman. Oh. And yes, baby, it's giving psychology. It's like, I want to make people think, when it comes to the characters I choose. So Spider, that's on Tubi as well, and on Zumo. And then I have another holiday film coming out in November. So, I mean,
working.
God went like this year. God said, there you go.
Yes. Because you've stepped into your superpowers. You are intentional with everything that you say and do, and also intentional about what you wear. I was going to talk about that, but we'll save that for another day. We'll be tuned into every single project that you are part of, because you represent a woman of color with class, grace, and elegance. I salute you. My hat goes off to you. Continue blessings, Queen. I'll be tuned into everything that you do.
And I'll be here for you. I'm so glad that we met, and happy birthday to your brand new decade. I wish you blessings, health. I wish you love. I wish you many, 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 many hugs and glow and money and success and comfort and massages and good dinners. I hope you have the best time. You are in your best years yet to come. Thank you so again for your time.
You take care. God bless.
God bless.
Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, that gave me everything that I needed. Oh my gosh. When whenever I have conversations with talent that's on television, film, beauty, fashion, music, it is really a teachable moment for me. Like I said, I just want to unpack their pivotal moments and their milestones. And like she said, like Novi said, she was dating a Calvin before she was hired for the role of Sabrina to date Calvin, who the actor who plays Calvin is Anthony Dalton. Check out a Sanya On-Air interview because he was on the show talking about his character Calvin and the character of Sabrina, played by Novi Brown. Just the sacrifices that she had to make, what she will not do, coloring outside of the lines, coloring inside the lines. As a Black woman, we are often forced to navigate between so many different worlds and yet still do it gracefully and with a smile. So it can be very, very difficult. I love to see that she is a woman of color who is working. She listed so many projects in just like 2 months, 2 or 3 months. That tells you that Hollywood has created a lane. No. I'm not even going to give that to Hollywood, that God has created a lane for her to graciously walk through. And she's prepared herself. She's done the work so that when the opportunities present themselves, she is just able to walk right into her blessings. It was an amazing conversation. Like I said, this was long overdue. I've been trying to get her on the show for a month, but busy booking schedules between the both of us. But we wanted to make sure that we booked her on the show before the new season of Sistas premiered on BET. Make sure that you check your local listings. It is written, produced, everything by the amazing, super talented Tyler Perry. I really love this series. Like I told you, one of the questions or talking points that I had with her, we've seen Sistas, we've seen Girlfriends, we've seen Living Single, we've seen Harlem. If you haven't checked out Harlem, please do so. I also had an actor from that hit show on Sanya On-Air. And Sistas is just reminding us that Black women, the friendship amongst Black women, it's important. It's a narrative that we definitely need to see. There's a target audience for it. When I asked her about what she would like to see, I want to see it too. I want to see women of a particular age having sex, dating, exploring and navigating friendships, letting friendships go, because darling, who you were or who I was at 50 is not who I was at 25. And some people just got to go. Some people just really have to go. So I enjoyed the conversation. Make sure that you subscribe to Sanya On-Air, which streams across just about every major streaming platform. Also, make sure that you take advantage of the Sanya On-Air and Instacart partnership with Lizzo. Shop like Lizzo. She curated all of her favorite beauty products, shopping things, groceries. So go to the description section of this episode and use the special Sanya On-Air link to access Lizzo's must-haves and favorite grocery items and get them delivered directly to your door. Make sure that you also purchase some amazing Sanya On-Air apparel, because that's not my hater. Oh, that's not my enemy. That's my hater. Damn it, sometimes that's not your hater too. That's just the enemy. Maybe I need to do it vice versa, because either way, there is an occasion for it all. Okay. Also, make sure that you check out my website, www.sanyaonair.net. I really enjoyed this conversation. I'm done. Thank you so much. This has been another amazing edition of Sanya On-Air. Smooches, dolls. Take care.